And slap. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Because I got to line 2 tracks up. So I've always loved your work and the way that you approach your communication on spirituality and on the universe, that kind of thing. Peaceful. So as I had said, I was seriously abused as a child. Don't get too excited because I had bought it for a child in Cuba last year that she ended up going to another country with her parents, so, and they're happy as hell now in another country. And
this is a beautiful gift. I already have one. I've already got one of these.
Nice.
So you giving me another one?
Yeah, for your daughter then. Your daughter will use it. Somebody will use it.
Thank you so much.
And the reason, very specifically to my heart, you know what a peaceful sound that is, obviously, right? That feeling from that peaceful sound is the same one I get when I hear your voice when you're in the bush.
Oh.
And that's a fact. So.
That's very kind of you, Tim. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
I get down on all fours on my head on the thing, and next thing you know, I'm looking around and see if anything happened yet. You know, like.
It's not for you.
So, and then what I refuse to do, and I've talked to people and I said, you know what? I think sometimes devotees, they go right from wanting to be a devotee to and they don't go through what they need to go through.
It's a trap.
To go through to learn your own lessons.
It's a trap.
The painful part of it. There's a good part of it. There's a fun part of it. But you have to go through it.
You've got to go through it.
If you don't feel it, doing this is not going to solve anything.
No, and I mean this is the buzz phrase that's thrown around these days, which is spiritual bypassing, but it's so very true. So very, very true. It's you've got to find your stuff. You have to find your stuff. You have to bring it to the surface. You have to face it, confront it, and then with love and compassion and all of those other beautiful things that go with it, you can alchemize it.
Well,
now you can alchemize it and transmute.
I have to feel it. And all the people that work there know who all the criminals are and where you need to go to get something fixed. And so I could care less. Yeah, okay, good. And you know, this is an odd thing, but I'm going to tell you, I've always felt more comfortable in the company of criminals.
Yeah.
No, I hung out with that crowd. Never did illegal things. Never profited by any of that.
Yeah.
I had my issues with drug abuse and all that stuff, my debauchery. I went to Montreal before I get recovered in '91. Before I went to First Treatment Center, like I literally landed here, off to Montreal to get some drugs because that's where everybody in Ontario goes. If they run out of drugs, you go to Montreal, right?
back in the old days.
Back in the old days, yeah. So back in the biker days. So there I am running around Montreal with criminals, and I'm preaching to them. Can you believe that?
Well, they probably appreciated it.
Well, somehow they did.
On some level, they
did, and they do.
Especially with the bikers. I mean, like I'm sure they appreciate it. There's wounded souls everywhere. Yeah,
no, and I never judge them, and that's I think. Yeah, like I can't even explain it except to say that I've never been comfortable around people that are high up in that system that I don't fit in, and I've never fit in my life.
Well, the criminals are realer people than what, right?
Yeah.
And we're not, like you say, we're not going to go down that.
No.
Everyone's got a role to play, but what you will find is for people like that you were running with, they're going to be a lot more. You're going to get a realer experience with them than what you would from.
Yeah. They want to steal your money. No, you can't have it. Oh, okay. So what are we doing now? You know, it's like, everybody knows what everybody's doing, and nobody's lying about it. You know what I mean? And you know what's going on, and there would be criminals there that would have kids, so I'd be setting up a TV in the other room so the kids got someplace to go while there's debauchery's going on at least.
Yeah.
I wrote a book too, 300-page book, early and early recovery. It was about an underground organization of children in Toronto that met on those locations as street kids,
Yeah, yeah,
taking care of one another.
yeah.
And the story started and it ends on the steps of City Hall with 50,000 kids converging there demanding to have their needs met. And the premise of the story is that as a society we lack the care for our children, right?
Oh yeah, compassion,
needs of our
empathy,
children,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was and it was an interesting story. There was an ex-biker who was a family counselor, and he counseled people to be aware of your kids' needs when things are happening. Make sure your kids are somewhere else. Like, take the responsibility. Okay, you're going to behave, or you're going to behave.
Yeah.
I'm not judging that, but no matter what, you make damn sure your kids are where they. So it was an interesting story, and he used to help the kids all the time. So there was intertwined, and the one kid was a street kid, and the other one was an accountant's son. And the premise of that was, and there was a whole bunch. The kids all met, and they realized that the rich kids are just as fucked up as right. So it was an interesting story anyway. And then the mayor moved all the kids down to the dome, and then the end of the movie is the two kids that were the leaders, the accountant's son and the street kid, come up to the mic and give the demands. I don't want to cry when I think about this. I haven't been able to write the list of demands yet.
No.
I never got to.
But he's still on the.
Well, no, it's still on my mind that I never wrote the list of demands, and it was because in that list of demands.
What was the block at the time?
I think it was the gravity of it. You know, to outline a list that would be the real McCoy. Like anybody who read that list would go, "Oh yeah, that's actually who we are." A shitty bunch of people. You know. Well, excuse my language.
No.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah.
So that was an interesting thing. And then the one on the algorithm, I wanted to tell you, I wrote this.